Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk to you about perfectionism and procrastination. And I am here with Superman. Y'all see him in the picture there. This is Demetrius Farrior. I'm joined by Demetrius Farrior today. Let me remove that so we can just talk to you.
Oh, good. That's better.
Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. So welcome to all of you. This is my special guest today on PEPTalk. This is obviously not Barbara Hemphill, in case you didn't notice. And he's the perfect guest to talk about the topic that we have for you guys today. So welcome. Everybody get settled in. And we do want to hear from you in the chat. So wherever you're joining us from, please make sure, just look and see where you can comment. If you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, I think you can comment, and YouTube as well. And we may be able to share, depending on where you're joining from. And if you're logged in, we can share your comment on screen. So please do that. So let me just give you a little opener. So today we're talking about something that stops more progress than almost anything else: perfectionism. Okay. Most people think perfectionism means having high standards and everything has to just be perfect. But in reality, perfectionism often shows up as procrastination, right? If we can't do it perfect, we don't do it at all. So I want to hear from you guys if that resonates with you, if you're like that too. Or I don't know. Dee and I are polar opposites with that. And so you're going to hear our discussion. And what we're going to talk about today is something we actually talk about in real life with each other, because he's not a perfectionist. He's not a procrastinator. And I am both of those. So you guys are going to I want to see who you resonate most with, me or him. So joining me today on PEPTalk, this is Productive Environment Podcast, is Demetrius Farrior. He is founder of DFIT Institute for Transformation, DFIT. And he helps people with fitness, food, and functional living. So he's not what normal people, what you might think of as a quote trainer. He goes beyond the trainer. He always, in fact, you talk about what happens outside the gym. That's the functional living, right? The outside the gym is what really matters. And so that's what he helps people do. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Dee. So perfectionism let me just set this up, is fear. Okay. Perfectionism is fear wearing a productive disguise. What does that mean? And before we jump into that, let me just show Miss Nancy. Nancy says, yep. Andrea, so you resonate more with me than Demetrius, Nancy? Yes.
I'm pretty sure about 99.9% of the people that are here are probably going to resonate on your side.
Maybe. And I think we have a little of both, because I can go both ways. I can when I get in my zone, I can all of a sudden be a perfectionist. Kathy says, I can relate to perfectionism. That's right. Hi, Andrea and Dee. Yeah. And so sometimes that perfectionism, we want it to be right. We want it to be perfect. But what happens is it doesn't get done if we do that. So some examples are waiting until you have more time. Okay, I'm going to start getting organized. I'm going to start getting organized when I have more time, when school starts, when I get out of the hospital, when whatever. I'm going to start getting organized when I have more time. Or I'm going to wait until I feel ready. And I actually do that. I can go through my little zones of, okay, I'm not there yet. Then all of a sudden, okay, now I'm going to do it. Waiting until you figure out the right way. So action is what creates clarity. So we're going to talk about that. And I want to just say hello and welcome to Miss Tracy. Hey, Tracy. I'm a recovering perfectionist here for help. Yes. So let me set this up and then I'm going to turn it over to Dee. One of the things that Demetrius told me once that really got me was I was working on a project, and I tend to do that, y'all. I will work on a project and I will not let it out. I won't let it out to the world unless it's somewhat perfect. I'm much better at it now than I used to be because of him coaching me. But you remember what you said to me about tag him and bag him? Mm-hmm. You want to say it or you want me to say it?
You say it.
Okay. So I was working on a project and he's, are you done yet? And I'm like, no, I have to tweak it. My team knows I'm always tweaking. I got to tweak it a little bit more. Wasn't it already supposed to be out? I'm like, yeah, but it still needs work. This is a long time ago. And then he said, you know how when it's actually morbid, but when something happens and people die, this is what I remember from the conversation. And he said that the medical examiners and the coroners, everybody shows up and to bag the bodies, right? And he said, there's a quote, and you guys probably heard this on some of the cop shows, tag them and bag them, right? Am I using the right example, D? I think that's what you told me. Yeah. Tag them and bag them. He said, you're supposed to just tag them and bag them. He said, what you do, he said, you tag them, then you re-tag them, then you tweak the tag, then you bag them, and then you unbag them, and you tweak the bag. You tweak the tag.
Maybe we should bag 2 at a time, and maybe we should.
I never forgot that. So now when I'm working on something and it's not just right, I always think tag them and bag them, tag them and bag them.
I'm a realist, so I'm gonna start this thing off right now.
Yeah,
you
go
guys
ahead.
love me because I'm open and just transparent with everything. One time I was working at this sorry soda company job, and I had picked Andrea up because I picked her up on the way because I was going somewhere, and I took her on along with a job with me. So at this company, it wasn't a big soda company. They were just like one of those soda companies that were trying to hang in with the big soda companies. So our thing was just to put it on the shelf. They like, D, just get it out there. We don't care. So I took, and it's a time limited thing that you have to do 10, 15 other stores. So I told Andrea, I said, all right, just throw the drinks up there and then we're out. I look back, she's turning the labels.
Dusting the bottles.
Dusting the shelves. I'm like, to agree with you guys and to agree with what we do, the thing is, there's a certain time and a certain product that we have to be perfectionist sometimes, but sometimes you got to analyze. Does this really matter to turn that way so they can see it? So my whole thing is to analyze the situation first, get it out there, throw your fishing line out there, and whenever you draw back, that's fine. But if you're looking for a certain type of fish, yes, then we get on the boat and then we have to really analyze what we're going for. So sometimes we have to really figure out, okay, what are we trying? Are we just trying to get this message out here so we can see what we're drawing? That's the thing. See, the thing in business is who are we drawing to? Now, are we trying to nail it in? Are we trying to zero in on a certain product or a certain person? Yes, it takes a little bit more time. But if we're trying to get in by the masses and trying to get people interested, we got to get that information out there. And that's how I started DFIT. I was training Andrea and I was training this other young lady. And I was like, guys, it's been 3-4 months. We got to throw something out there. We're not ready. We only lost 20 pounds.
He wanted to put us on Facebook. And we're like, no, we're not ready. We're not ready. And he was like, we got to get it out there. We got to let other people know.
We got to get that. We got to get that information out there. It's not a perfect product yet, and it never will be. There will never be a perfect product when you throw it out there. You can always tweak. Look at through the years. Look at Coke. Look at Pepsi. Look at Campbell. Look at all these places. They tweaked everything, and then Nike came out and shut everybody down.
Yep.
Just do it.
Just do it. That's our whole message today. Just do it. Just hold on. Let me share Kathy's post. She said, I was a better fit when I worked for the Container Store. They wanted shelves spaced properly. Of course, exactly, Kathy. And that's where my brain was. I went in there with him and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to help. I'll be helping him. But I slowed him down because I was like, no, we want it to look good. This is your job. We want it to look good. And it doesn't matter at that point. In that moment, he knew he had all these other stores he had to get to. It was like, just get the stuff out. A store employee can come behind and actually make it look better if they want to. But I was slowing them down. And so that was my tendency. I do feel like I'm better because there are things that I will launch now. And Nancy and Tracy, you guys know, and Kathy, you guys know this. I will put something out there to launch something that's not perfect yet. And then we iterate it. We work together and you guys say, hey, it doesn't do this, or how do I do that? For example, the SOAR board that we use. It's our organization tool for what we teach, systemize and organize with action and reference. That came out and it is, and you guys might get tired of me sometimes. I'm like, we have a new upgrade. We have a new update. I would rather now get it out there, start using it, have people use it for their different lifestyles, and then say, hey, it would be really great if it could do this. It would be great if it could do that, rather than me sitting on this project for years until it was perfect and then putting it out there. Indeed, that happened with you. I remember when DFIT first started and it was rugged, you guys. It was rugged. It was first of all, there was no location. It was beach. It was beach workout. And I found a log that he made us lift that was our arm workout and our shoulder workout. But then eventually we said, okay, let's use his 1-car garage. That garage had bikes in it. It had a grill. It has some water bugs. Some of y'all call them roaches, but they're not roaches. They're water bugs. We live near the beach. Palmetto bugs. They try to make it sound pretty. They're big, ugly, roach-looking thing. Anyway, they were in there, and we did it anyway. He started his business in that garage and did it anyway.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I started it on the beach.
On the beach, and then in the garage.
She said, why don't you start your own business? And I said, why not now? Let's do it right now. We started on the beach.
Yep.
And I remember the first day we trained, and I said, let's start it now. And I remember the second day it started sleeting.
Oh, it was awful.
And they complained about it. And I was like, why are you guys complaining? You're running around. You're warm. I'm standing in the sleet. So just to make a point, if we would have been like 3 months in, I would have canceled. But the thing is, D doesn't cancel. It was the second day. And when you cancel on one thing, it's like you'll cancel on the next thing. So that's the reason why we trained in the sleep. It was just to prove a point that we don't cancel for anything when we're goal setting.
So it wasn't perfect, but we still, pushed through. That's one of his quotes is push through it, push through it.
We worked the bugs out.
Yep. Kathy says software and websites do continuous revisions all the time. How many times does your phone or your computer update? Exactly. That's true. That is true. I do remember, though, in one of our DFIT locations, we had moved, we didn't have multiple locations at the same time, but one of the places that we were in at one time, I remember one of the clients, was he a client too, or just a husband of a client? One of the client's husbands said, I wouldn't start my business until I had everything was painted and I had everything perfect. Brand new. I'd want brand new equipment. All the stuff that DFIT had was all used. Still is. And guess what? When you're lifting weights, the weights weigh the same, whether they're shiny or used. It doesn't matter.
We've seen brand new gyms come to town with brand new equipment, brand new, and closed down because nobody showed up.
That's right. So he was more interested in helping the current people, myself, Pam, some other new people, get systemized. Basically, he is the king of consistency and systemization. And we call him the simplifier. I overcomplicate things and he simplifies things. But he was more concerned and interested in just starting. Yep. It was not pretty. It was rugged, and helping us get our transformations versus having everything perfect, a perfect business plan with all the perfect equipment and everything. He just started.
And we started the first rugged garage workouts. After we started, then all of these little pop-up little garage places, because everybody, he's doing it out of the garage. 2 months later, 3 months, everybody started doing it. That's why I say always be innovative, always do what works for you. I tell everybody, Andrea was talking about I was going to do my podcast on my phone today, and Andrea was like, that doesn't look professional enough. And I was like, but I'm doing it, and it's because I'm very mobile. So the way I train my life is I want to be on the go and on the phone. Andrea is at home behind her desk, and that's fine either way, because my lifestyle is on the go. I'm always meeting a person here, always going to that place, going to a different gym. I'm building my lifestyle the way I want it to be. And you said Barbara's
like you. You and Barbara are a lot alike in that she can just go live anywhere, live on Facebook or do a live video. She could be anywhere. Demetrius can be anywhere, driving down the road or in a store and go, hey guys, and definitely at the gym. And Barbara will do the same thing. She'll be out looking at her rose garden and say, hey, I just want to share my roses. Not me. I'm like, no, I have to have everything. I have to be at my desk and everything has to be perfect and the lighting and this and that. But actually, Barbara and I took what's called a marketing DNA test. It was a marketing DNA to find out what, Kathy, do you remember doing that? I think we did it at one of the retreats where it's like, what is best for you? Because Barbara's quote that it's not what should you do, it's what will you do. And on the marketing DNA tests, Barbara said she does better on the fly. So does Demetrius. She does better on just quickly picking up and being live and reacting. She likes to react to people's. Yeah, Kathy says, yeah, I remember the marketing DNA test. Yeah, Barbara likes to react to people's comments and questions. And my marketing DNA said recorded was best for me because I like to prepare. and preparation and all of that. So again, one is not right or wrong, but Demetrius and Barbara, I think, get a whole lot more done faster. And it drives me crazy sometimes when Demetrius, when you post stuff and there's misspelled words here and there, and it really doesn't. I told Barbara yesterday, she's like, it doesn't matter. I was like, I know,
they don't read it anyway.
That's what she said.
They just look at the picture, and the picture from 8 years ago.
That's what Barbara said. So I'm trying to get better at not correcting him. But if it's something where, because autocorrect changes words all the time, where if it changes the meaning of what he's trying to say, then I'll tell him and he'll be like, okay, and he changes it. But if it's just a stupid little typo, I let it go. I don't say anything anymore because it slows you down. But I'm the kind of person where I post, I edit it, I review it, I read it again and make sure I didn't mess something up. And so it takes me longer. It just takes me longer to do things, I think.
And it's fine, guys. Yeah. You guys that are working from home, you know what? I am so happy for you, because I remember in the 90s when people had to go to work, they went to work. People would drag their whole home to work just to sit and work. And now you guys can actually build your own business and work from home. Yeah. And I think that's great that you could be in the comforts of your own home, but that's where DFIT comes in. We get a little bit too comfortable working at home. We're getting things done at home, but we're not getting the exercise that we need to do, the brain activity. I love you guys working behind the desk, because I see my mom, aunts, friends, they would rush to go to a job. They're throwing on makeup and shoes just to sit. And now you can just take your time, do your hair at home, and you're relaxed. You should be more productive now that you're working from home. But you need that activity going on. You need that working out. You need that oxygen going on. You need to get away from that desk. Yeah. Because you guys get too engulfed in that desk trying to be perfectionists. You're too busy sitting, oh yeah, let me go back for a minute. This is driving me crazy. Man, just put it out there and see what you get. Yeah. There's a book, I think it was written actually by one of Barbara's first mentors, Dan Sullivan, called The 80% Solution. 80% is good enough. I really struggled with that when I saw that book. I was like, no, it's not. But 80%, D, you're like that. 80% is good enough. Just get it out there. Let me share what Tracy said. I'm working on a complex client project and have been going around on some decisions. So I'm going to take this to heart and just do it, to tag them and bag them. Got to hop now to wrap this up. Yeah, good, Tracy. Good. Tag them and bag them. See what you get. And see what you get. See what happens. Kathy says, my accountant had better be better than 80%. Yeah, I think there are some industries where, yes, perfectionism does come into play. And now with AI, Kathy, you can just run it through AI and then it'll find all the errors. That's something you pay extra for, is for you to make sure you don't miss anything with the accountant. There's certain things that people pay for. People pay for accountability. It's like when they text me, I text them right back. Yeah, consistency and accountability. Another one where 80% is not good enough is in the medical field, right? You want your doctor to be like, oh, 80% is good. No, but that's why the doctor has a team. The doctor has a team of people to help and whatever. So yes, are there times where perfectionism, it can be life-saving? Yes, absolutely. And when your money's concerned and so forth. But if there are times where, if you find yourself saying, I'm not going to take this course yet, or I'm not going to start organizing my paper yet until I have a huge block of time. And I do work like that. I like to have a block of time where I can just go all in and I call it get in my zone. I do like that. Some people don't have that. If you're a busy professional or whatever, and you're taking care of aging parents or whatever your situation is, maybe you don't have a whole day or half a day to work on something, but could you do something for 10 minutes? If we get that perfectionism out of our head, then yeah, we could do something for 10 minutes. That 10 minutes makes a huge difference, doesn't it, Demetrius? You look like you're going to say something. No, I was thinking about the time. I got fired and I became a home person. Oh, yeah, that was funny. And I am not a perfectionist. I'm a doer. And when you're a doer or you have ADHD, man, you do things. So I got fired. And so my first day, I said, oh, man, my ex-wife, I was like, you know what? She's at work. I'll make her happy. I'll cook. I'll clean. I'll do the laundry. And I'll do this. Man, I started cooking, cleaning. Man, I was done at 9 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, what do I do? I was like, what do I do from now on? So I had to figure out a schedule because I'm not a perfectionist. I'm a doer. I get things done. And then later on, I'll go back and scan over and what needs to be done. So that's the thing. Yes, we need to get it done. But that's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of time when you get things done. You have to have scheduling. And that's where the scoreboard comes in. That's when I needed a scoreboard because this was like 2008. There was technology.
There wasn't no
like this. There was no scoreboard. It's my brain. So with technology, guys, that's what was one of my notes. I really want to push technology, and I posted this in the post. Don't be scared of it because use what you can use because all it is just data telling you and getting things done faster. And when you can get things done faster, you have more time to be more productive activity-wise. And that's what we should be doing. We should be using technology to spend more time doing more productive things. I tell Andrew all the time, Marge, remember this. Remember when you had to go pay bills on Friday, you had to take a day off.
Errand day.
The laundromat. Due to technology and the way we live now, it's like those things are cut. Those things would take a whole day. Yeah. So now we should be healthier than ever due to technology and due to the time that we have. But what is the first thing you hear? Oh, I have no time because you're too busy trying to be a perfectionist.
Yep.
Get it done. You have the technology to get things done, to scan over things. You should be doing more physical activities now that we have technology and the way things are going. Technology is great for me, guys. I've been wanting this since 1992 and didn't even know it. Use technology to advance so you can do things, more active things. Go on family vacations, go hiking.
Yeah. That's what our PEI's tagline is: accomplish your work and enjoy your life, right? Our tagline isn't accomplish your work so you can do more work, right? A lot of people use productivity to get more done so they can get more done, so they can get more done, so they can do more and more. But what he's saying is what our philosophy is: accomplish your work just enough, just good enough to get it out there and enjoy your life. And so part of that is getting up, getting a good workout in the morning. That's what we have found that works for most people, especially work at home professionals. If we can get that done in the morning, because by the end of the day, you're tired or you have a meeting or this or that or whatever.
Real story, guys. I'm going to tell you a real story. Back before technology, around mid 2000s, I would go to work for 14 hours. I probably spent about 8 hours with my family on the total weekends. And I still went to the gym and worked out. I had no time to spend with my family. I was always on the go and I was always working. Technology now, I built my own business, Soarboard. I get to go with my mom. I can pick my mom up. I take her shopping probably twice a week. I can do work while I'm shopping with my mom. I can check emails. I can do Zooms in the car with her. Due to technology, it is great, guys. It's all depending on how you use it. People are scared of it. I can spend more time with my mom. She's in a wheelchair. I got to push her around now. So technology is great. It can take these things and get it out there for you so you can go to the gym, so you can go on these hikes and vacations or whatever you want to do. Use your technology. Use this to advance. Use that to be more productive, be more active. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I live a very busy, comfortable life, if that makes sense. And it's the way I like it. I love what I do because I have the technology. I have my Soarboard. I have everything I need right on this phone. It's mobile. I love being mobile. Andrea loved working behind the desk. She loved being home with the dogs, walking them on the beach. Create the lifestyle that you want. Doesn't matter if it's on the phone or on your desktop. It doesn't matter. Yep. But just be active.
Barbara says she's going to turn her office into a mini conference room and have comfortable chairs and maybe a little futon or something. She heard her mentor, Dan Sullivan, say that he dealt with his paper problem by getting rid of his office. Now that to me is, oh no, I could never do that. But he liked to be out with people, and that's what she likes. So she said, sitting at this desk is not the best use of her time. And so she would rather be out or communicating and connecting with people. I love to get in my zone and focus and create something. I consider myself a creator. So it just depends. And there's no right or wrong. But here's the point. there's a reason. What is your reason for being productive or being disciplined? Or what is your reason? What is your goal? We talk about this in PEI, Productive Environment Institute, with your vision. State your vision. What do you want to accomplish? I saw this quote on Facebook the other day and I loved it. It says, discipline without direction is just elegant procrastination. Let me say that again. Discipline without direction is just elegant procrastination. So you can be disciplined, but in what? For what?
You can put that in the chat.
I know. I can't copy it because it's a picture. I'll get it for you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see. Let me copy and then I can paste. Did you know you can copy something on your phone? Oh my God, it worked.
Yep.
You can copy something on your phone and then paste it on the computer, at least with the iPhone. There you go. Discipline without direction is just elegant procrastination. I can't believe. Oh, and then it says find out exactly. Oh, it's an ad. Find out exactly which 6 core habits are holding everything back. So just ignore the rest of it. So yeah, you can just ignore the rest of that. But anyway, that's pretty cool. So the point is, what are you trying? Barbara always says, what are you trying to get organized for? What are you trying? Kathy? Yeah, Kathy said, great quote. What are you trying to be productive for?
I'm trying to be productive to travel. I love traveling. I want to talk to different people in different countries and just see things, the different things of the way of the world. That's why I'm more productive. I want more time, and I'm setting up my life so I can travel. I'm like Barbara. I want to be able to go overseas and help these people and talk to them about what we're doing.
Amy says freedom. That's right, Amy.
Woo!
Freedom. Yes, freedom. And just so you know, I can leave this space. We went to Phoenix for a week about a month ago. I can leave. And then I took my iPad and I can work anywhere as well. Okay. But I do feel better and I feel more productive when I'm in my element. This is my element. So, but yeah, Amy, with technology the way it is, we do have the freedom. You can take your scoreboard anywhere. You can take your email anywhere, your text, your phone, all of that stuff. So let me just do a couple things to leave you guys with. I want to make sure we've covered everything. I want you to hear that whether it's fitness or organization, it's the same.
Same thing.
It's the same thing. It's like we're procrastinating. Oh, if I want to join DFIT, but I want to wait until it's perfect and I can go all in. It's like there is no all in. There's no perfect. Just do it now. Look back to Nike. Just do it. So transformation happens through repetition and imperfect action. Okay. In fact, we have she's a colleague of ours and still a very good friend. She was a former CP, Certified Productive Environment Specialist, and she had a program named Perfectly Flawed. And I just love it. That's Elizabeth, woohoo, Elizabeth Hagen, Perfectly Flawed. And I just love that because that's all of us. Aren't we all perfectly flawed? Progress, whether it's fitness or organization, progress builds momentum. So just take action.
Napoleon Hill, I just heard him say it yesterday. The AI Napoleon Hill said it.
Oh, yeah.
He said momentum is the key to success. Getting momentum is everything.
And how do we get momentum? We just have to start. We have to start. And so instead of asking when we're looking at something or whether to start something or continue something, instead of saying, well, how do I do this perfectly? Or when can I do this perfectly? Ask yourself, what is the next small action? And you guys know this that are part of our program in SOAR. You will hear, and Amy, I know you're just getting started, so you're going to hear me say this over and over. What's the next action and when? What's the next action and when? So if we could just find out the small action instead of trying to see everything and wait till everything's perfect to do this big project, if we could just say, do the next action or do the first, maybe some of you need to do the first action. One quick example, and then we're going to wrap. Demetrius has a client who is very busy. She works at home. She's got a child. She's very active in the community, does events and is all over the place. And she said she wasn't feeling well and she wasn't sick, but just wasn't feeling well. And so we told her she missed a couple weeks of working out actually. So we told her, just get up, get in the car and drive here. That's all you have to do. You don't have to work out. Just come in. D has an extra stool you can sit on. You can sit on the stool next to him and just be there. And she was like, I can do that. I can do that. So rather than just waking up, laying in bed going, I really should get up and work out, but I don't feel good. I don't feel like exercising right now. So I'm just going to stay in bed. We said, get up, come in. And my mom used to do that. Mom, hold on a second. This just reminded me. I'm going to bring you on camera, Mom. You don't have to say anything, but I'm going to let everybody see you. There's my mom, Mommy. What she did to us, that's similar to what you did to us growing up. When we were in school, if we woke up and didn't feel like getting up because we stayed up late, we were tired, I'd say, Mom, I'm sick. And she'd say, and I'd say, I need to stay home. I'm sick. And she'd say, why don't you go ahead and get up and get dressed and eat some breakfast, and then we'll see how you feel.
Start.
And I was like, she tricked me because
momentum.
I didn't want to get up in the first place. That was the problem. You're right. Once I got up, I got up, I got dressed,
momentum,
ate breakfast. By then I'm like, I might as well go to school. So you tricked us, Mom. That was brilliant.
Well, the thing is, the client she's talking about, she just didn't want to get up because of her feeling in her head, what she's fighting.
Yeah.
We had a client that couldn't get up the stairs.
Physically.
And I'm like, okay, your job is to drive here, walk up the stairs, and sit down and talk to me.
That's it.
That was it.
Just get here and sit down.
Guess what happened 3 months later? She's on the beach running sprints on the beach 3 months later.
Yep.
She's working out.
Because, Kathy, activity encourages activity. That's right. Once we get moving, once we get in motion, we build that momentum. So, guys, I hope this was inspiring to you. Dee and I could stay here and talk all day. We're like, who's with Kelly Ripa now on that show? Is Michael Strahan still on that show? Oh no, her husband. It's Kelly Ripa's husband's on there. Anyway, I feel like we're that little talk show. We were little coffee cups. But thank y'all for joining us. And I want to hear from you. We want to hear from you if this helped you overcome something, or to say, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do it. And Tracy said, she said that she was struggling with a decision. And as Barbara says, clutter is postponed decisions. So the less decisions we postpone, the more action we can take. Saying thank you, Nancy. Yay! Nancy's our cheerleader. We love Nancy. And Nancy, I have to applaud you. You take imperfect action. You do. Not everything isn't just perfect for you, but you take consistent action. And that's why you're making the progress that you're making. So I hope this was encouraging to you guys. Join us again. Yeah, check Demetrius out at DFITtransformation.com. Thank you, Eds, for that. Putting that up, DFITtransformation.com. And if you're not sure if you're ready for transformation of any kind, and again, what we do is very interrelated between fitness, food, functional living. We blend at the functional living part. Then he has an assessment on that page. So you can take his transformation readiness assessment on that page. Nancy says, I'm pretty imperfect. Yeah, but you're pretty perfect in some ways too, a lot of ways. But yeah, we all are. We're all imperfect.
And that's how I got to where I got. I know that I'm imperfect. So that's when you accept that, you can let the stress go. And then you can do the best you can.
Do the best we can. 80% solution unless you're an accountant or a doctor, right? Or maybe some others. I don't know. But you guys get the idea. Just do it. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. We really appreciate the interaction and the comments. You guys make this so much fun. LessClutterMoreLife.com. If you are new to us, Dee says, call me now. If you're new to us, make sure you go to LessClutterMoreLife.com. There's a short video there with, I was going to say with Barbara, but it is just me on the video actually, where we're teaching you about our system, our productive environment system. So LessClutterMoreLife.com. Also, please, this video, it really helps other people see it. And also subscribe to our channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, y'all, let me know if we should have Demetrius back as a special guest again. Let me know what y'all think. Was he a good co-host? We'll see. I think you were. I think you were great. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.